A superpower is defined as a superhuman ability. By that definition, it doesn't have to necessarily be an ability to fly, or invisibility, or an ability to shoot kinetic blasts from your forearms, or any other comic book or science fiction superpower we traditionally think of. With that in mind, what could be a reality-based superpower in our current world? And could you have a superpower and not realize it? Let's talk about it.
Now, as ridiculous as this sounds, and you might consider this video clickbait, but I'm being real when I say this. In the current reality that we exist in, I truly believe that the only real superpower that exists is someone who's really, really good at martial arts. There, I said it. And if you probably could click away, but if you didn't, hear me out, man. Now, let me clear this up real fast. And I mean no disrespect to traditional martial arts. I'm a huge fan. I have friends who train traditional martial arts and teach traditional martial arts, and they have their place. And more importantly, they have their benefits. Self-discipline, humility, fitness. They are of great benefit to anyone who practices them. But what I would consider having the ability to have superpowers is training in something more combat tested, like boxing, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I consider these martial arts to be more battle forged, more battle tested, more, you just have to spend more time under tension to really master any of these or multiple. So what you would probably call combat sports, I consider to be martial arts. If you've trained in any of the ones that I mentioned, guys, you understand the complexities. Like with boxing, it's called the sweet science. It's a science for a reason. You have to use so much movement, knowledge, and training and drilling, and you have to have so much of these things, and you have to spend years mastering them just to be able to land two particular weapons. You have to find all these different ins and outs, and beyond landing these weapons, you have to learn to defend yourself from the weapons on the other side, your opponent's weapons. In Muay Thai, it's the same, but even more, because now he has 8 points of contact that he can strike with. And there's clinching, and there's dumps, and it's just more violent, and it's more aggressive. And there's no way to get good at that without pressure testing it, without impact, without contact, without sparring. Through that training, you gain so much. And with the grappling, with submission grappling, no-gi, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specifically, the just flat out intelligence and overall knowledge that has to be gained and maintained. And then the time you have to put into rolling, so it's live sparring, and pretty much every time you go to class, testing your positions, your transitions, your submissions, all the things you're learning, but testing them under tension against an opponent who A, is not trying to let you do those things to them, and B, who's trying to do things to you. It's as close to a 100% fight as you will ever get. And if you're doing your jiu-jitsu consistently, you're doing that at least 3 to 5 times a week, maybe multiple times a day. That, without question, makes these arts battle tested. Having to put your body through that, having to put your mind through that, having to put the stress and put yourself through the stress and the emotion, the humility and just the sometimes humiliation, through the picking yourself up and keeping on with the art, with the training. Listen, try any of those martial arts for a month or 2 months, and you will respect what I'm saying in this video wholeheartedly. I can't tell you how many people come into my school and they just assume that they're gonna grasp this fast, that it's gonna be easy, or it's easier than it looks, or it's just something that they can just learn over a weekend. It's part arrogance and mostly ignorance. But like specifically BJJ, Jiu-Jitsu, you go try Jiu-Jitsu for 1 month and you tell me that you don't start looking at the higher ranks or your professor like he's some kind of a wizard or sorcerer with the things that they can do to you when you don't want them to, against your will. You tell me after that you don't consider someone who's put the time in and gained the knowledge and put their body through all that and come out to where they are, and they're still learning, by the way. You tell me that you don't look at that person like they have superpowers or they're some kind of Martian or something, showing you things that you didn't even know were possible with your body. Remember, We were not built for battle. We are soft tissue. We were not built for war like that. Everything that your instincts tell you goes against fighting. I have to tell new students this all the time. When something flies at your face, you close your eyes and you try to cover up. You try to push away. You turn away from danger. Our instincts are for survival. Our capacity to kill is to be able to kill and eat, or to kill to survive. We are not built for war. So people who are able to flip that switch and stare danger in the face, look it in the face, look directly at strikes when they're coming at you, turn into someone when they're trying to choke you. These are instincts that you have to put time in to gain, that you have to work hard to attain. This is why a lot of people don't continue on when they try martial arts. You have very few lifetime martial artists because it's just hard to keep walking that path. And it requires a lot, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So you tell me, do you not see that as a superpower? I hope you enjoyed this, guys. This is it's a different theory. I just heard something on another video and I thought, man, that makes total sense. And I never looked at it that way. So I thought I'd make my own video on the subject. And all it was these guys were talking about jujitsu. One guy was saying, hey, so-and-so, do you believe in superpowers? And the guy paused for a second. He said, yeah, jujitsu. Give it some thought, guys. As always, man, I appreciate you checking out the video. If you watched to the end, check out some more of the content on the channel, man. We work hard putting this stuff together, and we appreciate the love. As always, keep fighting for fit, no excuses, and we'll see you in the next video.